started.
We haven't started yet. I'm just setting things up, so no rush yet.
Cool.
I just have to adjust a little bit my audio settings so I'm able to hear you better.
Nice one.
Are you excited about the robots that are upcoming?
Oh, guys, it's gonna be fun. Like I caught the last one. It was pretty good. So I think I got some good bots in the finals. Anyway, I was surprised to see Micro Machine go out as well.
Yeah, that was a huge blow. I didn't expect that. I will just mark the time on the stream so they can make a vote afterwards, and after that we can start proper stream.
Cool. Some fun games for tonight.
Hopefully, yeah. I have only 3 games at the moment, but we can search for more, and hopefully those 3 will be extremely good.
That's gonna be fun.
Okay, well, I will add the marker, and then we can start the proper stream.
Cool.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the AI Arena community stream. Hopefully we will have a great night today. Crypt is already here with me. Hello, Crypt.
How you doing?
Some fun games we are going to have tonight. Hopefully you have time to join us on the voice, or if not in the voice, then on the stream chat. That would be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that would be good. Just want to put out the announcement in the stream channel. I'll do that now.
Yeah, if you can do that, that would be awesome.
Yep.
Okay, brilliant. I don't know when Ketrock will be here. I think he might be able to queue us games from the previous probots, and maybe we can do some analysis from those games.
Yeah, so I think we've got the first one up at the moment, and that's like Bomb Shaker against Benbot. Bomb Shaker's quite a new one as well, I think, isn't it?
It hasn't been around for a long time. I've seen a couple of impressive performances from it, and I think it will be relatively high-ranked bot later on. It's not ready yet completely, but nobody's ready immediately.
No bot is ever finished. That's the unwritten rule of AI bots, and a lot of general projects as well in computers and everything.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever had a project that I've considered finished. Like, but
if you love some project, it will never be finished.
Yeah.
I will queue up all the games that I have for the night, and I can focus on the ongoing match after that. And hopefully, Ketrock will join us later on, so we can have those games from the Probots, and we can do some analyze of those.
Yeah, it'd be good to get a few of the Probots ones on. Don't know if we have the replays. I know that they're working on getting the versus human replays at the moment with the for Probots, which should be good. Where we get to laugh at how terribly our bots get taken apart by real pros.
It's always fun to watch. It doesn't matter which one wins, but it's always extra fun to see the bots playing humans.
Yeah, definitely.
I gave my bot to one of my friends who is like a Diamond Cirque or something like that. It did do a couple of weird bugs, and actually it was able to win like 3 games out of 10. Well, my friend wasn't playing a standard game either, but it was some hilarious games.
Yeah, it can only win a couple if it catches your opponent by surprise. So that's good. No, I'm working on my own stuff now, so hopefully that will be around after the end of the AI, SE2 AI season. But yeah, I put out the announcement for the SE2 AI tournament last week, which the ladder freeze is on the 16th, which is just 2 weeks away. Wait, no, not 16th, sorry. It's on the 19th. I apologize for that. So that's less than 2 weeks away now. So if you haven't got your bot up on se2ai.net and fancy going in for the tournament, then now is the time. So yeah, after the ladder freeze on the 19th, you'll have the entire of the Christmas holidays to go and develop more on your bots before the submission deadline, which I think is the 2nd of January or possibly the 1st. So it's a nice New Year's present for you there.
Oh, great. And the first cast will be on January?
Yeah, first cast will be on the 5th. No, wait, sorry, that's the wrong month I'm looking at. No, it will be on the 2nd of January. So yes, the deadline for entering the bots is like the 1st of January, so that's New Year's Day. And the first cast will be on the 2nd. So.
Oh, great! More bots beating each other on the tournament. I really do like that.
Yep. Yes, New Year's bots. So if your New Year's resolution is to win lots of AI tournaments, then you can make it a very early start.
I think our authors from Micro Machine will be attending there no matter what.
I hope so, yeah. It's going to be fun. It always is. So Raf, as usual, has taken the big lead in the ladder, which means so the format is basically the same as last time, which is 4 groups of 3 authors. 1 taken from the first group of 4 on the ladder, 1 taken from the second group of 4, and the last one taken from the third group of 4. And then the leader on the main ladder gets to select the bot to put into his group or send into another group once the draw is over, and then it's a single elimination based on the top 2 getting through from each group. So yeah, it's the same format as last time. That seemed to work really well, I think. But
it's good to have different kinds of formats. If it would be the same as a Probots, it would be any different tournament. And is there any updates allowed during the SE2 AI tournament?
yes, a single update is allowed. It's so you basically have to submit a bot for the group stage. Once you get through the group stage, you're allowed to update for the elimination stage. After that, there's no more updates. So it's a single update, which is slightly different to Probots. I know Probots like to have more updates, which is good as well. But we're going for the single update just to make things easier as well for us.
And I think the different bots benefit on different types of tournaments, and I think this one is actually emphasizes the skill of the programmer more when you can't snipe your enemy so easily.
Yeah, yeah. It does make it more interesting, and like there is certain element of sniping because we're going to announce the groups before the holidays, and then as soon as so you're given the whole like Christmas holidays to go and snipe your opponents in your groups, but then after that it's not decided who's going to be in the elimination bracket against you. So yeah, it tests you on that stage at least.
That's a really good that you gone this way. I think some of the authors will appreciate this type of format way more than the robots format.
Yeah.
Although I personally like more the robots format because I'm not good programmer. It's
You
easier
do
for
pretty
me.
well. Yeah, you do pretty well.
It was easy to snipe the enemy you're facing. So,
Yeah.
but I do really respect the authors that are doing well in SC2 AI tournaments, probably more than on the robots.
Yeah. Well, each has their own advantages. I'm really liking the whole bomb shaker like auto turret micro here. It's very similar to what Ketrock does, I think. But
Yeah, I think this was actually Bomb Shaker was the first bot able to bring this Raven play. Ketrock started with the Banshees and afterwards added the Ravens. I think Bomb Shaker did it just before Ketrock did.
yeah, no, it's pretty fun. Like, so, yeah. Ooh, who will join us? Oh, I've got Ketrock. Hey, Ketrock, how's it going?
Hey guys.
Good evening, Ketrock. Hello.
Yeah, we're just watching Bomb Shaker destroy Benbot. Actually, it's a really, really fun game. It's looks like it's just trying to get as many auto turrets down to siege up, but it's losing a few of the Ravens now.
I'm watching Twitch ads at the moment.
Ah,
for the
okay.
game to load. There we go.
Yeah, that's not as exciting as this game. But
The composition is a little more diverse than just Ravens and Hellions now, I see.
yeah. But it does look like Benbot's able to get a few hidden bases out, so even if he kinds of sit here under siege for a while, he's still going to be fine with the 2 extra bases he's got.
Yeah, it seems that Bomb Shaker is having this go straight to the enemy main syndrome.
Yeah. But I don't actually know if he knows about the other 2 bases. He might not scouted them.
It might not have seen those. Probably the upper base is already scouted, and now is also the lower base scouted. But I think he doesn't have the code to go to kill the ninja bases on the edges.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he's doing pretty okay for it. Yeah. I think like Benbot's at max supply at the moment, and Bomb Shaker's still struggling to get there. Although, yeah, he's just running out of gas, I think, isn't he?
Bomb Shaker has been the whole game almost out of gas. Benbot has been able to bank a little bit gas during the game. And that's quite an achievement, even though Bomb Shaker has been constantly pushing on the natural.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to break it with those 2 bunkers there, and you've got the battle cruisers coming over and just getting healed. Like Benbot could pretty much do this all day, I think.
Yeah, he's not losing those battle cruisers so fast. The only thing, if Bomb Shaker is able to establish air superiority, and take down all the battle cruisers, then there's might be a change. But he seems to be a little afraid to go there.
He needs to go to the other bases, really. Like, if he can take out all those other external bases, which he'd have a chance at doing, then, it pretty much got him on the ropes. But while he's got 3 other bases up and mining, you're not going to break through that.
Yeah, but if he's not losing Ravens, I mean, these auto turrets are kind of free value.
Yeah.
They're not getting much value, but it's still free value.
Wait, did Ventbot just build a refinery at Bombshaker's base?
It definitely does look like so.
That's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any auto turret targeting though.
No.
When I went Master Raven, I found that's like the one thing that made it really viable. Is if you choose targets with your auto turrets, you can get a lot of value out of them. So you could be like killing all these SCVs instead of just shooting the planetary pointlessly.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so cool. So you can kill all the repairing SCVs, and after that you can take down the planetary.
Yeah. It's something you can't do as a human player, because you can't hotkey your auto turrets, right? It's not like an army you can have pre-selected. And by the time you're done spamming your auto turrets, it has such little duration left to select them and focus fire. But for a bot, as soon as you place the auto turret, you can immediately start focus firing on the best targets.
Yeah, you would require something like Serral type APM to able to pull that off.
Yeah.
I regularly get 100,000 APMs. It's fine.
Well, the Hellbat Scout actually got all the workers though. They have target fire, which means now these auto turrets have a chance of killing the planetary.
I mean, it's going down.
Depends how many SCVs survive here.
Bombshaker definitely has a really good mineral bank.
Yeah, but does he really have the? Is he really designed to actually build much that relies on that?
Just Hellions, I think.
Yeah.
Structures.
Do it.
Yeah, you go Master Raven, you're going to have minerals left over.
Yeah.
I just spam like unbelievable amounts of orbital commands and then have fun with that in the late game.
I think Bombshaker might actually be doing this. Like, he still hasn't found that base over in the left there, but he is finally taking out the external bases.
Yeah, he's got 2/3 of the map. These Ravens are amazing value.
Yeah.
So, like, if the map mines out like this, Bombshaker's going to have it easily.
Yeah.
So I think Benbot's got to start pushing out and taking over some of these expansions.
Yeah, I think there's too much pressure coming out from Bombshaker there.
Yeah. I mean, Benbot's basically mined out of his first 3 bases, which just leaves him with the top left base for economy.
I'm wondering how long he's going to have that before it gets noticed.
Is Benbot having difficulties to repair those battle cruisers? He's running out of minerals, and all his battle cruisers are home on the repair.
Oh, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, he's super dead.
He should borrow some minerals from Bombshaker.
Yeah, Bombshaker's got enough.
Question for Ketrock. Are we able to watch those robots games tonight?
Did anyone request them from Laddie? Because I didn't.
I didn't, so probably we are not going to watch
So
those.
I guess no would be the answer. Unless you put them on the server.
I was a little bit thinking, should we do it or not? Because I really wouldn't like to step on Probot's toes on this topic either. So, yeah, but I don't know. Would you like to see us watching those Probot games? What does our viewers say?
I don't mind. Like, I think like if you've watched the Probots games, it's probably games that people have already seen before, so it might be better to have different games on than ones that people haven't.
Yep. I think that's true also. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got some fun games on the AI Arena ladder.
There's a lot of games. Actually, the difficulty is to find the best ones, because the amount of games it's absolutely ridiculously high at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, it has been even bigger before, but like 1,000 games in a day, I think that's a lot of games.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Just a reminder to the bot authors, in case anyone here is new, that if you are watching any games on AI Arena and you see one that's interesting or unique or some new feature you want to show off on your bot, just go to the stream channel on Discord and put in the ID, and then we can run it on our weekly community stream.
Or if you want any advice, well, not from me, but Ketrock might be able to give some advice, or Crypt.
Yeah, or just chat.
Or just jump on here, come chat with us. We're not that scary. Well, I'm not that scary. No.
I don't see much difference between Benbot version 3 and Benbot BC. They both seem to have the same idea.
Yeah.
Battle cruisers,
I think
big
Benbot
containments in
BC
front of
has.
the natural.
I think Benbot BC is a little bit more aggressive. I'm not sure if this is the case, but he does like to jump those battle cruisers on enemy main, and Benbot V3 is more careful. It doesn't jump on the enemy main with the just sake of it.
I'm interested in what Bomb Shaker's average frame speed is like. So one of the difficulties I found is all the placement queries you have to do when you're doing auto turrets.
Yeah.
It does seem that it's just spamming around a certain location on random distance, because it's trying to place those turrets in a circle.
Well, he doesn't place the turrets on top of any existing structures, so he must be doing placement queries.
I mean, he might try to, and then.
We still see. Oh, maybe we wouldn't see it if he misplaced it.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe he doesn't do any queries at all then.
Yeah, we might want to just skip to next, I guess.
Yeah, I think we can do it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a fun game anyway. Like, bit of a battle of attrition there.
I think this game will be Ketrock versus Strelok.
Should be good.
Oh, I loaded up this game because Probots went so poorly for me in game 1 versus Strelok. And I have noticed that this game was on the exact same map with the exact same starting positions, but with a little less bad luck. This is what I was hoping game 1 would look like.
Yeah, it's always a little bit luck you are needing on the tournament, because if you have the same map, same starting corners, same everything, the end result can still be different, even though we are talking about bots.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I felt bad in that, like, my 2 cheese builds that I didn't even do any work on won me that series. And the macro game I put a lot of work into. I got cleaned up so quickly. It was hilarious.
I think the meta on tournaments are a little bit different than on the ladder. So what works on the ladder might not work so well on the tournament.
I think we're both doing the same thing. It just played out a little different. I had like repairing SCVs on my planetary, and I was trying to build a missile turret where I was repairing, and they're getting in each other's way, so I was never able to get a turret up. And eventually his Banshee just killed every worker I had.
Yeah, that's something you definitely need against Banshees are those missile turrets.
Yeah. For me though, in TVT, Cyclones are so difficult. That's what I put most of my work into, is trying to deal with Cyclones.
Yeah, the Cyclones are one of the best units Terran is able to make on a bot match. And they are not so difficult to program. I mean the micro-wise.
Yeah, to get them 80% effective, I would say not so difficult. But if you want to really solve the vision, it could get more difficult. So when you're locked on, you got to make sure that you always have vision of the target. So things like losing high ground vision and stuff like that.
Yeah, what I was meaning that it doesn't take so much time to get a decent Cyclone micro. Of course, if you want micro machine level Cyclone micro, it requires way more, and that's not easy at all. But to make a decent micro for Cyclones, it's not too difficult. Same thing with the Probots. I mean Protoss with the Tempests. I think the Tempests are even more easier to build a micro than a Cyclones.
Yeah. The lock-on just adds some complexity to Cyclones.
Yeah, that's correct. I watched your stream a little bit last night, and I meant to ask, how long have you playing SC2 as a person?
Oh, forever, since 2010 or whatever it came out.
Okay, so you have some experience of the game.
Yeah,
quite a
it's
while.
probably the amount of games I played is in the tens of thousands at this point. It's been so many years. Man. I never take it too seriously, but
that's good fun.
I do play it a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what makes it a good strategy game, is the replayability. No two games are ever alike.
Thing I was one, I paid them. I noticed immediately that when you were playing the game, you were so calm. Does it only seem so, or are you nervous or excited when playing by yourself?
I'm probably more accustomed to chaotic scenarios than I think most StarCraft 2 players are. That's why I always do so well in like base trades. But the style I play, I'm always on my back foot. I'm always on the brink of dying. And I don't know, you just get used to it over time, I guess.
Yep. The experience of playing that many games.
Because when I'm playing the game, it's a maximum 2 games a night before I have to search for some kind of medicine for my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's something they talk about ladder anxiety, where people like are almost afraid to hit the button to queue up a ladder match. I think it's just you just have to not care about winning and losing. Just think of it as a game. You're playing for fun. You're trying to get better. If you take it too seriously, every win and loss, you're gonna have a heart attack or not play at all.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the way I see it whenever I play on ladder. It's just like I'm just having a bit of fun. Like if I win, great. If I lose, well, there's always another game.
Yeah, exactly.
This game seems to be quite even at the moment. Ketrock seems to be a little bit ahead at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like my human self, where against Straylock, I find he always starts ahead, and if I can um, keep myself from dying early, then the advantage I think always swings in my favor. Because once you get speed on Banshees, you can start dealing with Cyclones, and once I can deal with Cyclones, um, TVT isn't so scary of a matchup anymore.
Yeah, you're both using the Banshees though, so it's I don't know who has the best Banshee control there, but it looks like Strelok was a bit lax on that one, certainly.
How are you, Getrok, trying to deal with an enemy Banshees? Are you using scans or Ravens to detect those cloaked units?
No. In fact, I don't even send a Raven after a Banshee. I'll send my Vikings after a Banshee when I see it, but not a Raven. So it can make my bot look really stupid sometimes when I can't see it. But my bases
okay.
themselves have missile turrets once the Banshees are out on the field. So it's never too threatening. But yeah, that's on my to-do list. To always peel off one Raven to go after Banshee specifically. Because Vikings alone can't do the job.
So basically, you do have missile turrets on your bases, and you are counting on it that those Banshees will be on the detection range when your Vikings are trying to kill those.
Yeah, it's just something I hadn't gotten to because it hadn't seemed so necessary. I mean, Micro Machine uses Cloak Banshees, but I always lose the Micro Machine anyways, so I don't really put much thought into doing things against Micro Machine. And other than that, I mean, Straylock's Banshee usage is fairly new. I know your bot just started using Cloak Banshees as well. So for a long time, it was only Micro Machine that I had to worry about with this.
I've been using cloaked Banshees quite some time now. They didn't have the proper micro, so they weren't effective against your bot. So you probably have missed all the games where I lost with the Banshee play.
Yeah. Well, you sent me that one replay where you kind of owned me with the Banshee play. So that's when I learned that you're now a Banshee threat, or at least a harassing Banshee threat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means you, Micro Machine, and Straylock now.
Yeah, it seems to be a fairly good tactic.
I think it's a little bit difficult to control the Banshees effectively. I know Getrok is able to do it quite nicely, but I haven't been able to find the correct way to control all the Banshees. So what I have seen, the most important thing to do with the Banshees, you want to target to prioritize those SCVs. Once you're able to take down the SCV production, the enemy will just crumble.
Yeah. It kind of depends at what point in the game it is. Like early on in the game, killing an SCV is extremely powerful because it hurts their economy so much. But later in the game, it's basically just like killing 50 minerals. Because if they have like 7 command centers, then killing an SCV isn't a big deal. They can remake them so quickly. But yeah, I basically do a calculation on like how much hit points a unit has and how much value a unit's worth. And then for SCVs in particular, I give it a little bonus on top of that, just so that they are on workers in general. Just so I prioritize workers just even a little bit more.
I think that's a cool idea. It seems to be working quite nicely. Of course, I haven't watched your replays with so closely that I could actually set, but example, this game you seem to be doing just fine. How many Vikings do you have?
Yeah, that's a scary amount. Well, looks like you're breaking through anyway, just about.
That's a lot of Vikings.
Seems to be.
Yeah, I think it's to try to keep like 20% more than my opponent. Plus the battle cruisers will probably cause me to build even more Vikings. Better too many than too few in TVT. Air control is so important.
It's a little bit difficult decision to make how many Vikings you want to build.
Yeah. And if you have too many, at least you know that you don't need them anymore.
Yeah.
So
if you have too many,
if I kill off all of his Vikings, I won't have to make any more Vikings for the rest of the game, because my cloud of Vikings I have will probably be enough to last me.
And worst case scenario, you can always just land them in the back of a mineral line and wave goodbye to all their SCVs.
Yeah. I feel that's a little bit like pulling your SCVs on defense. It's one of those things I haven't coded because I think the majority of the time it's a bad idea. Like as a human, I would do it because I know the scenarios where it makes sense. But I think if I code that for my bot, it'll just be like 9 times out of 10, I would have wished I didn't do it. I would just be throwing away my Vikings and I'll need to build more later.
And especially if you're landing behind Planetary Fortress, I think that's it then.
Yeah.
Well, they're good at killing fortresses. They have that bonus to mechanical.
Okay. That
My
makes it a little bit better.
mule theft going on.
Oh man,
that's like the entire mineral platform gone in one shot. You know. That's like ultimate troll.
Yeah,
but like
that's like
you don't need the minerals, then it's better to mule your opponent. Because if I don't need the minerals, I'd rather take minerals away from my opponent.
Yeah.
So I don't need to mule my own bases as long as I have a somewhat of a mineral bank. I think once I get over like 2,500 minerals, I'll start muling my opponent instead of my own bases.
That's not just so mean.
Yeah, I basically save up orbital energy until one of my orbitals reaches 200. And then I'll just scan starting at his newest base and call down 2 mules per patch. And loop through all of his bases doing that. So sometimes I'll like put down 16 mules at like 3 different bases all at once.
Nice. Yeah, you've got quite a bank there. You really don't need like that many more minerals, I'm guessing.
No. It's even more, when I go Mass Raven, it's even more exemplified because I float so many minerals when I go Mass Raven that I'm able to build the orbital farm even earlier.
Would any marine production complement the Mass Raven strategy?
I mean, if you're trading more, maybe.
Yeah.
But like, it's not like I have an issue mining maxing out. So I like to max out on the units that actually work rather than just units that just to spend my minerals.
Yeah, I think we can probably go next now, unless anyone's got a objection.
In the rare scenario that I run out of gas, I will switch into Hellbats and Marines, but that almost never comes up.
Yeah. I mean, it might be good just to do something with the minerals, but other than that, it's probably not worth it.
Yeah, I think you get more value out of Ravens than Marines, so you don't want to build those just for the to reduce your mineral bank.
Yeah, but orbitals cost no supply at all, so I can build as many of those as I want when I'm maxed out. Even planetary fortresses wouldn't be a bad idea. Just like randomly on the map, or maybe even land command centers in front of your opponent's bases and make planetaries. They're a big mineral cost.
Can you repair your Ravens with a mules?
Yeah, you could do that too. Try to midfield repair by calling down mules.
Okay,
I don't,
cool.
but that's a good idea.
I think Rasper sent this game.
Okay, so Sprouch is another one that's coming along quite nicely, actually. Like he's not been around that long, but seems to be putting up a good fight recently, which is good.
These are the only two Zergs that made the ProBots tournament this year, or this season.
Yeah. Well, we need
I think
more
so.
Zergs.
So rare to see a ZVZ game, actually, now to think about it. Definitely need more Zergs on the bot world.
Yeah. So if anyone out there is thinking of building a new bot, Zerg is the way to go. Give people some new things to think about.
Yeah, and I would definitely like to recommend Queenbot as a starting point. I think it's a really good base to start building on.
Yeah.
It basically just takes all the hard work of injects, queens, and creep away from you, and then you can concentrate on the fun stuff like murdering your opponents.
Yeah, exactly. And those are really important things too.
Murdering
you can't make a
opponent,
Zerg bot and not have creep spread and injects done really well.
Yeah,
those are like the two real keys to especially for bots, because bots are so good at doing those things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so and then Queenbot's built on top of Sharpie, right? So
yes,
you got a really good starting point with Sharpie and Queenbot combined.
Yeah, I'm converting my bot to Sharpie slowly, but I want to make my bot as a Sharpie bot, proper Sharpie bot, because it has so much tools and well everything that I'm not able to program myself. So it's something you definitely want to try out if you're a new one.
This is such a sick Nidus position that Spiny has. He's in that dead space like on the south where he can't even get close to that.
That's so hard to deal with.
What was I saying about pulling drones up usually being a bad idea? Yeah, that includes pulling drones to fight locusts.
Oh god, no.
He keeps emptying his main base mineral line trying to fight locusts with drones.
Not such a good idea.
And I think this is quite a bit difficult for bots to understand what's going on.
Yes, especially on a map like Golden Wall, because there's not many maps that are ever going to be like that at all. So, I mean, you've got a fairly decent response in the mutas, but like you can either code stuff specifically for Golden Wall, and then as soon as that rotates out the map pool, it's going to be wasted, or you can just like lose on Golden Wall. It's very difficult.
I think now Sprouts has to understand that there's those swarm hosts buried, because those are invisible at the moment. I think it's not visible on the API in any way. I'm losing to this strat. It doesn't have to be Golden Wall. I just die against this build.
It's really nasty. Right, I'm going to go grab a drink for a sec. I'll be right back.
So Burrowed swarm hosts don't have any visual indicator, huh?
I'm not completely sure. I haven't checked, but I think so.
Yeah, that is interesting. I guess it's kind of the same issue with lurkers, where you should be able to know it's there because there's other indicators, but you can't see the unit itself.
If I understand
like lurkers,
correctly,
you can see the spines shooting out, so you should be able to make some assumption that there's a cloaked unit there. So maybe you got to do the same thing when you see locusts randomly appear in vision.
Yeah, immediately when you see first locust appearing, just scan there and it should be fine.
Or in this case, send an overseer. But yeah, it's definitely different than
No, you have to mind control some Terran and build a command center and scan.
There you go. Yeah, that's the reason to make a Zerg bot, just so you can steal a probe and build a Nexus and then play Protoss.
Cloaked Zerg units. I want to see that on a ladder. I definitely want to see that.
Oh, get a mothership with Zerg units? There you go.
I think that would break some bots. I'm pretty sure of it.
Right, I'm back. What did I miss?
We're talking about using Neural Parasite to steal a probe and build a mothership as a Zerg player.
That would be really cool. Does
And
that
whether
work?
whether it break other bots or not.
I think there's quite a big chance for it breaking some bots.
Yeah.
Not probably crashing, but it might do some weird stuff on a code.
Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to think if I have any very specific things in my bot where I look at the opponent's race. I don't think I do outside of like the beginning of the game and choosing strategies.
Yeah.
I'm ready for Terrans to make Tempests and whatnot. This is the way my code's written.
I do check the enemy race at the beginning, and after that, I just check for specific units.
Yeah, I don't think it's very obvious to actually look at the race specifically, but yeah, it's
And there's
Are
still one
those?
Swarm host down there. Like 10 minutes later.
oh god.
Yeah, I presume. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think all the Zerg units, if you are not moving them when they are underground, they are completely hidden. They are not. They don't have the shadow uh, uh, visible.
Yeah, I think that's true as well.
Because that's one of the biggest things I'm struggling against Zerg, and especially Spiny, because he's able to use that burrow quite effectively.
Usually units can't attack when they're burrowed, but locusts and lurkers will be the exception to that because those are kind of like special attacks.
But lurkers do have the shadow around them as well, so that you can actually
I
see.
don't think so, do they?
I'm pretty sure they do. I'm not sure.
You can figure it out if you track this where the spines come
Yeah.
from, but I think any burrowed Zerg unit that doesn't move or that isn't moving has no visual effect.
Okay.
I can confirm that those, what did you call the name, was lurkers? They
Yeah.
don't appear on an enemy screen. Yeah, only the
Yeah,
spines
okay.
are visible.
Now, if the Zerg unit's moving, like burrowed roaches or burrowed infestors, then you get to see that. Or Widow Mines, which are burrowed and don't move, but you can still see them because of Terran.
Hello, Ruff.
Okay. I thought lurkers were a special case, but obviously not. But yeah, you got a really fun game here. Like it doesn't look like either of them are really taking the bottom platform at all.
Yeah, they both opened up the space for it now.
Yeah.
But neither has expanded yet. Although I think see something one of those bases.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just the queen putting thing down, creep down there.
To answer Merkmore at the chat. Spiny is, I think it's in a top 10 at the moment, and Sprouts is in top 20.
Yeah, that's all true. Spiney's usually like top 3. I think people are holding off on some updates during ProBots. Don't want to reveal
Spiny is
all the new
number
stuff.
6 at the moment.
Yeah.
And Sprouts is number 13. So both bots are, let's say, good. Pretty good. You can definitely say if you find the bot in top 16, it's a really strong bot. Mainly, it's the case.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both incredible macro bots. They just get a huge economy and then continually build units and flood you. And that wins lots of games for them. Yeah. This is actually a really close match here. We got attacks going on everywhere. But it looks like Sprout is getting broken a little bit just by the flashing mini-map.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
One of those. I think Spiney's getting beaten. You mean? Spiney's in red.
Yeah, sorry, Spiney's getting breached. Yeah.
He's only down to 50 supply as well. So yeah, it looks like Sprout's just going to get the win. Wow. Nice work. And that
was after donating like 30 workers into Locust to start the game. So that's an impressive comeback.
It's impressive that you managed to actually deal with that at all, I think.
Just to say that Sprouts didn't just die for the swarm hosts. I think that's really impressive.
Yeah.
And for the Spine, he's able to use, I think, really effectively those casters, including the swarm hosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sprouts has a tendency to yell Sprouts when he is able to take enemy base.
Sprout! Oh God.
I noticed on one of the games against Getrock that you have added more chat messages. I have to make replies for them as soon as possible.
Yeah, I had some specific ones for Straylock. I downloaded his VladimirPutin.exe file that he offers.
Really? Yeah. Are you going to play those against those bots for the humans per spot so much?
I submitted my bot for it. Whether Jack uses it or not, I'm not sure.
I think I will give a try to play against those bots. I know I will lose every single one of the games, but anyways, I want to try to do that.
Yeah. Ruff was saying that he's surprised not many bots have tried to micro mutas as well as that. Well, I think the last one to do that really well was Perfect Split. So I think after that, it's not many other bots I think that have got that good a muta play.
Yeah. It'd be nice to see almost the opposite of Perfect Split, though. He's like tentative and he keeps them all back and separated. It'd be nice to see someone dive in with target focus.
Yeah.
You know, kind of the way a human would do it. Make 15, get in there, find the right targets, try to stay out of enemy army range.
Yeah. No, that would be
really use that speed and that regeneration of the mutas to your favor.
Definitely. I thought it was the opposite of perfect split. I thought you meant terrible clump, but no, something else
No, like
entirely.
just like different strategy
Yes.
with the Mutas.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
He's all about like fighting with the army and not taking any splash damage,
Yeah,
rather than diving in and harassing.
yeah, no, that's good.
Um,
And then make
who
a
was it?
decision, group up or spread out, or depending on the situation. That would be cool also.
Like we got to see No Regret play against Micro Machine, and it was just he made it look so simple. He was like, just make a batch of mutas and kill everything, easy peasy.
Yeah, they make it sound so easy, don't they?
Yeah, it does. Actually, it does look like, it does sound like easy, but it definitely it's not easy, except maybe for a player or of his level.
Yeah, or a player that's human.
Yeah,
Some of those very simple decision making things can be like nightmares to code, or at least to script.
I think the first Reaper got quite a lot of value for Micro Machine at the beginning of the game, or was he able to actually kill the SCVs?
I don't know. Seiko's doing a good job of keeping his weak SCVs away.
Yeah.
I noticed like he had all his SCVs still mining, except the weak ones are staying way out of Reaper range.
I think that's a clever idea. It should be easy to implement also.
Yeah. You don't pull all your SCVs when you see a Reaper. You don't run them all away, but you keep the low ones outside of range, so you still maintain your mining while not losing any workers.
I think I have to try that one also, especially against Micro Machine. That if you don't make any kind of evasive code for the Reapers, those Reapers will get so much value at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I don't have anything for my bot. I'm reliant on not letting the Reapers in. If they get in, I'm basically dead.
Problematic. So, is this one that Micro Machine? Are we actually featuring a game that Micro Machine wins?
Are we?
I don't know. Like,
I do.
No,
The answer is no.
I hope we are not.
Spoiler alert.
Okay,
damn it.
that's good. Because
This
that
bot was
would be.
actually, or this game was actually cast by Laughing Games. He's a YouTuber who does StarCraft 2 casts, but he's starting to cast some Probots matches here and there.
Cool.
I saw some games he has casted, this Laughing Games. I think it's a really good content, and I do really like how he explains what's going on, and it's easy to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a high level StarCraft 2 player, which in some ways makes him a better caster because he doesn't assume that you just know like these advanced things that only StarCraft 2 players know. So he keeps it simplifies the commentary to be more friendly for everyone. But he's known for casting the Alpha Star games. They released like, I don't know, like 500 Alpha Star games, and he casted every single one of them.
Wow. That's a lot
So
to go through. Like,
yeah, he was doing one a day, and it took him like 2 years or something to do them all, or however long it's been.
yeah, that's or nearly 2 years it would have taken him, but yeah,
It's almost like a full-time job.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. If you consider one StarCraft game a day a full-time job, then you know, possibly, but yeah, it's probably not. Anyway, guys, I am gonna have to leave you there. I'm sorry, I need to go and do another thing. But yeah, thanks for the stream, guys, and I will probably be on next week, so catch you then.
Yeah, we'll see it.
Yeah.
Right,
See you. Thank you, Crypt, for being here. See you later.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Just in that, man. See you in a bit.
Yeah, the bad part about Laughing Games streaming all the Alpha Star games is that when he ran out, he switched to Probots, and then all of his viewers are expecting Alpha Star level quality when we switched to Probots, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible looking.
Yeah, I think if you compare our bots to the Alpha Star, our bots look like idiots. I
Yeah.
think so. But on the other hand, I really do like when Endersword called my bot plays like a crazy person. I did take that as a compliment.
Yeah. That was a good first game you had against Gen Z. I like that style.
Yeah.
Like, don't even try for air superiority in TVT. Just get a bunch of Thors, and that's the supplement you need.
Yeah, the problem against Gen Z is that he has way better Viking control than I have. So
Yeah.
I just decided that I need a strategy that doesn't have the air, so I can't lose the air battle.
Yeah, I think the air battle is what won him game 2 and game 3, which is why I think that first strategy was so ingenious by you.
I just went with I selected few working strategies against Gen Z. I got some wins with all those strategies and went with the random strategy per game.
Mm-hmm.
Gen Z is updating his bot quite often and making good updates. And what I have to say that he basically has one strategy against each race. He is not using any kind of data, and as that, I think it's really impressive how adaptive his bot is.
I'm not sure if you noticed it, but that command center in the top left, if you follow it, it does it like travels across the entire map throughout the game. It just goes from base to base to base.
Is it because it's trying to search for the landing place, or
Yeah.
is it for scouting, or what's the reason? What's the idea behind the flying CC?
I think it's trying to find an available expansion. It goes like I think it gets as far as Straylock's natural expansion. It just keeps going from base to base. Or maybe it's not this one in particular, as this one looks like it's dying. But one of them does.
Oh no.
This is a really close match. I think if you stop this match at like any point in the game, it's hard to tell who's actually winning.
Yeah, and actually play a game against Micro Machine, and be in this situation, you have more bases than Micro Machine at the 15-minute mark. I think that's impressive.
Yeah. Micro Machine's
Because
making progress on the bottom side. He's got the larger army, and he's cleaning up that bottom base.
I think the Micro Machine is doing quite nice job with the tanks also, so he's able to keep out those cyclones.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I would say this is why Raph started making tanks. I think he had trouble in the Cyclone battles versus Straylock, and that's why he added in tanks. So his tank play looks new in other matchups, but I think this is the one he was really thinking about was TBT tank Cyclone. So it probably looks a lot more crisp here. Of course, Raph's in chat, so he can let me know if that's the case or not. The only problem with Tank Cyclone, it's fine when you're facing Cyclones, but when you're facing anything else, you don't have a unit that soaks up damage. So you definitely don't want the tanks taking the damage, and the Cyclones keep kiting backwards with their lock-ons, so it ends up that your tanks are in the front line. So if you just have like Stim Bio charge at Tank Cyclone, your tanks are all going to disappear.
Yeah, I think Marines against Cyclone is a relatively good idea. Basically, you can sacrifice one Marine for the lock-on, and then just retreat and hope that somebody else will kill the Cyclone when it's not able to shoot with the lock-on.
Yeah, maybe I should look into that. I was thinking like, proper bio, like going Stim Bio with a bunch of Marines is very strong versus Cyclones. But maybe even for like my Sky Terran sort of style, maybe if I just throw in random Marines just to soak up lock-ons, like you said, could be enough. Because I do have a lot of issues with Cyclones early game.
Yeah, those can be really difficult to deal with.
With Straylock, it's a big fight to survive the early game, and versus Micro Machine, I never even made it out of the early game. Partially because of Cyclones, partially because it's Micro Machine.
I think Micro Machine has, because it's so good, people are afraid to spend time against beating it.
Yeah, true.
Because if you spend like 2 weeks updating your bot to actually win a Micro Machine, then game after that it will use a different strategy, and rough and unusual will fix the bug that caused the bot lose by the next time you're facing the same strategy again.
Or you spend a bunch of hours making your bots perform better against one aspect of Micro Machine, but that changes your win rate from 0% to 0% because it's still not enough to win, right? So you can make your bot better and still not improve your win rate at all. So it's hard to motivate yourself specifically to do something against Micro Machine.
I
think for me, I need to go ahead.
Yeah, I've been able to beat Micro Machine a couple of times. Like 1 year back, I was able to sneak those Thors in Micro Machine's main. Micro Machine back in the day was really afraid of Thors, and they did work absolutely brilliant. And I don't remember the other game, but anyways, after each win, they modified something on the Micro Machine and never been able to do that again.
Yeah. I remember Raph was on Discord one day and he was like, congratulations, Ketchuk, you took a game off of Micro Machine. And I believe that for exactly 0 seconds. I'm like, let me see this game and figure out what bug happened with Micro Machine because I certainly didn't win it. I found out that I can barely beat Micro Machine if he only takes one gas geyser all game long. Hit a bug where he wasn't taking any gas and it was still a close match.
Unbelievable.
Straylock has a bug on this map. I noticed he places his command center in the wrong position at the rich Vespian base on both sides.
Is Straylock using Python?
I think so. Even though the R in front means Rust, I think it's a Python bot. I don't really understand. And he uses a Rust library, but I think it's in Python.
It says CPP Linux. Is it C++?
Okay, that's 3 languages I've seen for him now. I have no idea. It says Python during probots. That could be wrong. I always thought the R stood for Rust, and I thought the pathing library uses is from Rust. But now you're reading something about C++. Could be a mixture. Who knows?
I have no idea what it's actually doing. But what I do know, Python API did have a problem with the placement of the those CCs next to the rich Vespene on this particular map. But Bernie was able to solve the problem. So now the Python API is able to place those command centers correctly.
Yeah, I just wrote an algorithm for Java to locate positions of expansions. And in doing so, I took a look at what Python did. And he does a lot of rounding when it comes to like distances between mineral patches and Vespene geysers and command centers. But distances isn't really good because these things aren't perfect circles. So you'll get some rounding errors when you're going in depending on what direction, especially like mineral patches since they're 2x1 units. So I look at it more like a grid, and that way it always gets dead on. So it may pop up again if we get a new map pool where maybe one base is a little bit off every once in a while.
Yeah, but even still, I think small modification of the code and it will just work just fine.
Yeah, maybe. Right? If you round it a little bit differently, maybe you'll mess up one of the expansion locations on a different map. But I guess, if it's 99% right, you can always just hard code the answers for other maps. Like use this algorithm unless it's this particular base on this particular map, in which case use this position.
I did think Strelok made a quite impressive game this time. Seems that Micro Machine is going down eventually.
Yeah, I think the tanks held in there for quite a while for Micro Machine. He was like way down on army supply, but he had a couple tank lines that just wouldn't fall. But yeah, when it was more of a messy battle and where there's fights on all sides, it seems to be favoring Strelok.
Yeah, it's definitely like that.
Of course, we're seeing Micro Machine lose. In reality, on the ladder, it was probably like 20 wins for Micro Machine, and this is the one loss. But since it's a community stream, this is what we see.
We want to keep the motivation up. To see that Micro Machine is not immortal, we can actually win it. So I think this is really important for the group spirit.
Spirit of everyone except for Raf and Unusual.
I think they know their bodies absolutely brilliant anyway. So I think they don't need any more encouragement.
Yeah, there's a Pitalina on ladder now. I guess Pitalina has one bot for each race.
Yeah, he has Pitalina and Sidolina also. So all three races are represented. And if I remember correctly, he told on the Discord that he wants to make a random bot.
Yeah, I mean, it suits his playstyle. He likes like the heavy aggression. So if you're going to play random, it's a lot easier to create some all-ins for all three races than it is to create developed, intricate macro games for three races. Which would probably take forever to do.
Okay, I understand now why Fidolina is not making random, but because Ridolina does sounds a little bit weird.
Yeah. And if you're going to use that convention, I think you got to get rid of Fidolina and make a Titalina.
That sounds a little bit pervert.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Sounds like some sort of molesting of a ballerina or something. Timo.
On this game,
Timo. That's our bot, right?
Yeah, it's making mass marines, I think. And previously it was relying only on minerals, I think, but now it's taking gas, upgrading the Marines. So I do have a quite well. I don't know how it will perform on the ladder, but the idea is great.
Yeah, that was interesting. Marine micro too. They stutter stepped up the ramp, and then they focused down the pylon that was powering everything. But then once all the stalkers got on every side, it kind of looked like this, where they're just getting picked apart from range. Unfortunately, stalkers with good micro are always going to absolutely wreck Marines. At least until you get stim.
And it looks like they are not making a decision which one to actually attack and stick with it. They are just bouncing around.
Yeah, but even if you do stick with it, stalkers are faster and have further range. So unless you push it into a corner, I could see it still looking exactly the same, where you end up with stalkers on all sides.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. So Timo definitely needs some backup to actually beat the Protoss units.
Or just more Marines.
Or then you just have to flank them.
Yeah. Well, the build's a little wonky, right? Because you got 2 bases, but you never saturated the second base, and you never built an orbital at the second base. So you couldn't really support all these barracks, I don't think. And then you got these gas geysers, I guess, with the intent to go stim and combat shields and stuff, but I don't think he got those either. He just has a bunch of gas stored up. So it looks like a work in progress. Went from mass Marines, now he's working on the second part of it, the expansion part and the spending the gas part.
Yeah, it will take some time to actually get there, but it has shown already really good games on the ladder. I watched a few of them, and I think it's a really good starting point to start building a Terran bot.
Yeah. I mean,
it's
mineral only Terran is pretty effective, actually. If you just get like barracks and depots and orbitals and expansions, like you just keep building your economy and keep making more Marines, you can be pretty strong and probably overwhelm a lot of bots.
I think you're correct. It has already taken some, even the high tier bots has gone down against mass Marines or minerals only Marines.
Yeah, I can see you beat GenZbot, BenBot PC, Tier, Straylock. Yeah, he's beating a bunch of the big bots. Blunty, Sharpie, PvP easy. Spiny.
Or
Knocked out like half of the top 10.
I think we should invite Timo to the Probots next time. As a wild card.
Wild card. I was actually thinking if we should have like qualifications by race. Like just guarantee we get like 3 from each race. Or whether that's unfair to whoever's in 16th. If they don't get the Guardian.
I think that would encourage to make more Zerg bots. I think that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. And if you're playing one of the less common races, you get a bit of an advantage, which I think is a nice little incentive to make a bot in one of the less used races. But I don't know. If the third Zerg bot is like number 30 on the ladder or something, he's just going to get destroyed, and it would be better to have a competitive bot in there.
Yeah, when you said it out loud like that, I think we should not make 3 for every race to make sure that we have all race represented. I think I will watch this game, and after this one, I will head out. But Ketrok, good luck to Probots. I think you will need it.
Yeah. I'm actually the more I look at what's going on, the more I think Benbot's gonna upset and win the entire thing. It's hard to find a scenario where Benbot doesn't win at all.
Yeah, Benbot is in really strong position at the moment.
Yeah, and he was like what, like the 15th or 16th seed coming in? He was one of the bottom seeds. It would be amazing if he goes from that and wins the whole thing. And wins the whole thing without dropping to the losers bracket.
Who you are playing against next game?
Benbot. And I'm not liking my chances. Had some very minor bugs that were very quick to fix, but they weren't fixed for Probots, and I'm not liking my chances versus Benbot BC.
Oh, I understand.
Which means if I lose to him, he makes the grand finals.
Well, hopefully we will see good games. Well, good luck to you both, anyways.
Yeah, still a lot of good matches coming up. Finley and Spiny will be really interesting. Genzi and Straylock, I'm not even sure who's the better Terran bot. That'll be a good one too.
Yeah, I have no idea which one will win that one.
Two very different Terran bots. Fire. I don't know much about the spot.
Neither do I. I haven't seen. Have we watched any games from Fire before?
Maybe just initially when he first joined the ladder. I think we like to always show at least one game from each new bot.
I think they need introduction when they are first uploaded on the ladder. I think they need a moment of glory on the community stream anyways.
No, this is not going to be a more moment of glory right here, though. Watch these Marines disappear.
Unfortunately,
Rip.
they have a tank welcoming community, so they will just be obliterated.
Yeah, plus the Widow Mines. Right in a choke point. I mean, other than that, it looks like it's kind of like what Timo will probably look like in a couple of weeks. You know, he's probably only doing mass Marines, but now he's got Marines with Medivacs. He's got upgrades. He's got Stim and Combat Shield expansions. So he's still basically just a Marine bot, but now he's got like everything that makes Marines great.
Yeah, but Fire has also the same problem. He's banking a lot of gas, so you should slow down the gas mining and just build more CCs around the map.
Yeah, he's got a big bank in general. So production issue, I guess.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's already getting 3-3 anyways. So I think with a small modification, it would do way better on the ladder. When it has been updated?
Let me check.
6th of August. I hope the author is not abandoning the project.
People sometimes come and go from the scene and then come back again.
Because I think Fire has a lot of potential. It already has the Medivacs. It can mine the gas, make upgrades. So it should do way better than it's doing at the moment. But it requires a little bit attention from the author. But anyways, really promising. And I think Benbot is just gathering up until the 200 supply and push on the other side of the map.
Well, he's at 200 supply. Benbot definitely favors the defense, maybe even more so than my bot does.
I think a lot of Terran bots favor defense. Gen Z definitely uses your bot, Benbot. So only really aggressive. Well, Strelok and Micro Machine, they are way more offensive.
Yeah. Well, my bot's always attacking, but it's always attacking the unit closest to my base, which means it always has to defend before it attacks.
Yeah.
It's a little better spot for the Marines. Still so few of them. Yeah, he's got that giant bank, 5,000 minerals. If only had more barracks.
Yeah, 10 more barracks and he's able to spend all the minerals after that. Yeah, like Mertmore told on the chat that this hobby takes months of time. He's absolutely correct. Basically, it will take all your free time if you just want to use. If you're willing to spend all the time it requires, it will take all the free time you have. I think this is a nice hobby. Nice people on the Discord, fun games on the ProBots, SC2 AI tournaments, and so on. So I really enjoy being a part of the community here. All the SCVs going to the slaughter under the BCs.
Wait a minute. Okay, you gotta stick around for one more game.
Yeah.
Unless you guys tell us already. I'm gonna skip this game. It looks pretty over.
Yeah, let's do it.
It appears like Scarlet's bot just beat Micro Machine.
Really? I want to see this one.
I see a win for Scarlet over Micro Machine. Someone got four-gated, or someone had a bug. We'll have to find out which.
I really hope it's not a bug. I really hope.
I mean, it's a quick game, but it's the same length as all the other Scarlet games, so I don't think it's a bug. I think it's just a 4-gate victory.
I did have a blind counter against the 4-gate, build, so I was able to get one of the games out of Forgate bot. But this build is really effective. Is this common on the ladder also?
No, but it's done correctly, which is not true for most of our bot builds. So this Forgate's done in the most efficient manner possible. And when you're doing a rush, things like a couple seconds can make a difference. Okay, maybe that was a bug. It looks like Micromachine wanted to proxy, and I'm guessing because there was no space for the add-on, he abandoned it.
Oh yeah, you might be right.
So he's making a Tech Lab Reaper? Yeah, it looks like it was supposed to be a proxy, and then now he's transitioning out of it, so it's a little... Speaking of efficiency, this would be an inefficient build order out of Micromachine. In the Tech Lab he's not using.
Once he's getting the first barracks Forgate bot, he's already having the fourth gate.
Yeah, you just need 2 gates to produce units from, and then as long as your 3rd and 4th gate are done in time for warp gate tech, then it should be perfect. And then you proxy one of the warp gates so you can get the faster warp ins. So he's got Marauders, which is really nice versus Stalkers, but man, he's just heavily outnumbered.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's outnumbered.
Oh no. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, it was a bug that enabled Forgate bot to win this particular round, but I think Micromachine would have difficulties against it anyways. I'm not sure. I haven't seen any. Should we break our tradition and actually check another game with Forgate bot and Micromachine and see how Micromachine deals with the Forgate build?
Yeah, sure. I can load up a previous one.
And all the viewers, this is not coming to be the weekly thing that we are watching Micromachine win the games, but I think I just want to see how it deals with the Forgate build.
I guess she had the bot off the ladder for a little while. Last game was December 5th. Actually, that's not too long ago.
I was a little bit afraid that she's not activating it anymore, so because it was disabled.
Well, it's enabled again. It's doing ladder matches as of today, so I can see a whole page worth of December 8th games.
That's good to know.
And like stalled ELO 1700 plus.
It's going up quite rapidly.
Yeah. Anytime you put a brand new bot on the ladder and you can be anywhere close to the starting 1600 ELO, you're doing a good job. So to be above it is pretty strong.
Yeah, yeah, as you said, starting to go upwards rather than downwards. It's really good achievement.
Okay, so it looks like the same build. Only this time he didn't cancel the proxy.
Is there still room for the add-on on that place?
Looks like it.
Yeah, okay. Micro Machine started to building those barracks behind the mineral line to prevent for the scouting SCVs or other units to spotting those proxy buildings.
So far, so good for Scarlet. She's losing at home, though. Okay, warp gates completed.
Marauders are just so effective against stalkers, so but
Yeah, unfortunately, she didn't start her attack until half her mineral line was already dead. If she were counterattacking this whole time, might have been a little bit closer. But yeah, she just has no economy now.
Yeah, so that's it.
I mean, she'll still get damaged on the other side, but now the Marauders get to come home to defend.
I have to update. I was way behind you on the stream, so now I know what you're talking about.
I see. Yeah, she probably has an attack timing, like finish warp gate, do a full warp in, and then attack. Rather than, okay, there's proxy Marauders in my base, I need to send these stalkers in now.
Micro Machine took out all the islands. Those are unpowered unit structures, so really good game out of Micro Machine. Okay, I think I will be heading out. Ketrok, it was nice to have you on the stream again. Good luck to you on the robots, and hopefully we will see each other next week.
Yeah. See you guys then. All right, I'm out of here. See ya.
See you. Bye-bye.